Hello everybody. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the awesome craft that you guys have today. Walk you through kind of what we have as your tools and what we're going to be doing today. All right, so we have our stencil. We have your board that you're going to be working with. It is pre-painted. You're going to want to work on the white side. We have all of your paints to choose from. We have some sponges for coloring. Some Q-tips if you have them, they're really handy, and I'll show you why later. A popsicle stick and a toothpick. So to get started, what you're going to want to do is peel the back away from your stencil. You're going to want to make sure all the blue pieces stay down and carefully peel away the white back. You want to make sure to do this slowly so you don't miss any pieces. And once it's all done, you're going to take it and place it on your board. Make sure you center it how you like it. I moved mine around a couple times until I was happy with it. And then once you're done, you're going to take your popsicle stick and smooth it down. You're going to want to make sure that you smooth it down really, really tight, because this is going to ensure that nothing bleeds and that all of your paint stays where it's supposed to be. Now once you're happy with it and it's super tight, you're going to take off the white top and make sure all the blue pieces stay down. It's just like the first step, but it's the top, not the back. So you're going to want to do this carefully and keep it as flat as possible so you don't lift anything you don't want to. If something does come up, you can just go ahead and push it right back down. It should just stick. Alright, once that's done, you're going to take your sponge and a little bit of the white paint, and I use the back of my hand to dab off the extra paint. And in up and down motion, you're going to put the white all over the board until it's completely covered just like this. Now, if you have a hair dryer, you can use that to speed up the drying process. Just make sure you use cool air. Have an adult help you with this. If you use hot air, it could mess up the stencil, so you don't want to do that. Make sure it's on the cool setting and dry until it's completely dry and not sticky anymore. Don't forget to have a grilled cheese for a snack. Once the white is completely dry, you can go in with another sponge into whatever color you want to start with. I started with blue for the clouds, and in the same up and down motion, start painting. So I chose this blue for my cloud. Decided it was a little too dark for me, so I went back in with my white sponge. And I put a little bit of white on top just to make it a little bit lighter. The cool thing about this is with the colors that you have, you can mix and match. You can make new colors out of it if you want. So I decided to do the adventure in bright orange. During this step, you're going to want to be as careful as possible. The lines here are pretty thin, but you do want to get as close as possible. If you do make a mistake and you get a color where you don't want it, you can take a Q-tip that's a little bit damp and rub it off. Otherwise, just let it dry completely and paint over it in the next step. So here I went in with a Q-tip and I touched up the edges a little bit, places where I couldn't fit my sponge in. What's nice about the sponges is if you have smaller areas, you can cut them in half just like I did. It gives you twice the sponge, and it gives you a little bit better control so you can get into smaller places. For my words, I decided to use black, and in that same up and down motion, I'm going to dab the color where I want it to be. Make sure that when you do this, you dry in between colors, because if you don't, then the colors will mix and it might not look exactly how you want it to. When you're dabbing your colors, make sure to knock off the excess paint. You don't want a lot of paint on your board. You can do coats, so very thin coat, dry it, do another coat, dry it, until you're happy with it, but don't start off with a lot of paint at once. So you can see here that I took my Q-tip and I decided I want to give my mountains little snowy caps, so I just went in and dabbed the paint along where I wanted it to go. The nice thing about little tools like this is if you don't have a paintbrush, you can still get away with making really awesome art with it. If you do have a paintbrush, you can do tiny details like this if you want to. It's really up to you to make your board look however you want it to. If you wanted to do bright blue letters and orange clouds, that's completely up to you. So I have completely dried my board, and I'm going to carefully, very slowly peel away the blue. This video is sped up, so you want to make sure to do it really carefully. Don't miss any pieces. Just tear off all the big pieces, and we're going to go in just a minute with our toothpick, and that's going to help to get all the little pieces up. So all those little letters, the inside of the R, the inside of the O, the pieces that are in the mountains, we're all going to be able to pick those up with the toothpick. And once I've got a corner up, I kind of like to use my fingers just to peel it up. It just makes the whole process a little bit easier. It shouldn't give you any problems at all. If you do run into some sort of issue, it's not coming up, it's a little bit too difficult, have a parent help you. Once you've got all the little blue pieces up, there are quite a few in this project, but once you have them all up, you're done. You should feel really proud of yourself. I'm sure you made some amazing, beautiful art. Now all you have to do is clean up your workspace like I'm doing right now, and you're done. You got your own original piece of art, and I'm sure it looks beautiful. I'm proud of you for doing such a great job, and you should be proud of yourself too. I hope you guys have fun with this. I'd love to see pictures of when you're done. Thanks. Bye.